How y'all doing out there? This is Pete over at D.I.Y. Auto School. Our little Honda's going to be leaving on Friday. Minnie's going to go ahead and detail that thing out, and it is gone. Honda days are over, so I hope Mr. Honda is happy with the job that my friend Pete did. And that's basically all I can say about that job. So good luck. Good luck. As we come over here, you can see we got the SWRNC D.I.Y. Auto School trucks. There's one right there, and there's the other one back there, and they're fully loaded up. And when I say loaded, we are loaded to head out to Moab, Utah. I'm leaving tomorrow, bright and early. And I'm getting my trailer fixed here. Anybody that owns a car hauler trailer and actually really uses it, they're gonna know what kind of high maintenance it takes to stay, what do we call it? Preventive. And when I say that, I'm talking about safety. It's a continuous situation. I've had this trailer for 23 years and I will never sell it. When I bought that trailer, it cost $1,400, brand new. Brand new trailer, $1,400. Go try to buy this thing now and see how much it costs. I got the built-in toolbox up here. You can all see it down in there, but we got Mr. Otto's Camaro. Now this guy here, he's in England. It's loaded up. We're taking it out to Moab, and we'll be finishing this car in Moab. Had to buy some tires. We put air in the front tires. The front tires would not hold any air, so I'm going to go buy 2 used tires, because when I get out to Moab, I definitely don't need flat tires when I don't even have an air compressor handy. I'm going to go ahead and say hi to everybody watching this. And the reason I'm doing that is because I ain't got time to read the little things. And I appreciate everybody's comments and support. But how good does the job have to be? That's the question of this video right here. Now, we know when you repair a trailer, you got to be pretty good at that. You don't want to break down on the road, and especially in snow in the wintertime. So it's got to be a done deal. And that sumbitch has got to be perfect to keep you on the road of safety. Because what happened on this trailer, I had an axle spring go out on me last month when I went to Moab, and I was stranded out there, and I ended up spending approximately $275 in travel time, tools, and parts to fix it, to bring it back to Dallas. So I went ahead and replaced that other axle spring down there today. So we're calling that preventive maintenance because it's got to be done right. The job has got to be done properly to make sure that you don't have any issues. But, you know, it comes to the situation when we're talking about a restoration of a car, for instance. How good does it really have to be to really say it's a beautiful car? A lot of people think that you take a car like this, and I want to show everybody the inside of this car. You can see that the rolling chassis is all brand new. It's got brand new brakes, brand new shocks, brand new suspension, brand new bushings. The frame's been completely restored on it. It's got a brand new 373 posi lock rear end. And I've done all the major rust repair on it. And it's now time to do the body work on this car. This is a 67 Camaro. It was a 6-cylinder. When we bought this car, it was a 6-cylinder. It was a 1-owner car. It was in a barn for 35, 40 years. I bought it for Otto out there in England, and he's gonna make it into a V8 car. But how good does it have to be? This is a factory hood. This is a factory panel here, factory fenders, factory doors. Everything that bolts onto this car is factory. I want to show you. This is factory. That is from the factory. Now, mind you, it could use a little bit of hood adjustment. We can see the hood's probably sticking up a little bit, the hinge. But you see the situation you have from the factory. Look at the gap right here, and look at the gap over there. That is a factory gap from General Motors. Here's a factory fender and a factory door That's the body line you're looking at. Come on over here, and here is the factory gap. But the thing about it is when you open the door and then you go to shut it, look at that. Look at that. Perfect. That door closes like a glove box. It's an awesome car. Here's our factory trunk. Look at the gap on this. This is a factory gap. So how good does it actually got to be? Because I see a lot of these guys, and they're going to weld metal up on it. They're going to grind it down. They're going to take feeler gauges and go inside the gauges. Is that really necessary to do that? To restore a car like this so you can enjoy it? Because when you restore a car like that, my personal opinion, I don't think it's even fun to own because you'll never drive it. It'll always be parked in a garage. It'll only be for show. You're going to have to keep the batteries charged up all the time. You're always going to constantly worry about the gas rotting out the carburetors or possibly fuel injectors. And it becomes a trailer queen or a museum. It's not even worth owning, in my opinion. Now, 20 years ago, this car, Concourse Restoration, would have sold at Barrett-Jackson for about $150,000. Now remember, I said Concourse Restoration. This car on the market today, restored, Concourse Restoration, probably bring about $45,000, and that's tops. That's going to be a tops price for the 67 kilometer. You're looking around $45,000, but you're going to have $80,000 in it, $100,000 to make a Concourse Restoration. Let's get to the real story of the situation here, and what we're talking about today is our 1967 GTO. And I'm going to ask everybody out there, how good does it got to be? I have done body work on this thing meticulously, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. I have gone over this car 4 times, and I'm talking all the way around, top and bottom, everywhere. Block sanded it by hand for meticulous hours. Many, many hours of block sanding. When is the answer, enough is enough, I can't do anymore? When does that answer come up? These are the original quarter panels. These are the original doors that came on this particular car. When I bought this car in a junkyard, it sat for 30 years. The front nose of it was buried in the dirt. Thank God it didn't rot and rust out. The only thing that was rusted was the front of the floors inside. The fenders, we don't know what those fenders are off of. It could be off of Le Mans, it can be off of Tempest, we don't know. We got an aftermarket hood. We got a deck lid that we purchased from our buddy out in California, Darren. We don't know what GTO that's off of. But the real deal is how far can you go to restore your car and keep it in a budget where it's not going to kill you or basically bankrupt you? Now, when I get done painting this car, the owner, our buddy Moreland, nice guy that he is, very nice guy, waited 5 years for me to do this car for him. And to let everybody know, and Moreland as well, I don't have any problems with Moreland. Moreland is a very honest, hardworking individual. He is a family man, and he loves his car. But when he brought the original car to me, it was unrestorable. The only thing that was good on it was the frame. The rest of the car was junk. It took Minnie, the body shop girl, all day to tape this off. She started at 8 o'clock this morning. I don't even know what time it is now. I'm leaving for Moab, Utah tomorrow morning, and I'm going to go ahead and paint this car tonight. Now, I want everybody to get a good look at this. These are factory body lines. These are fenders off unknown 67 model Pontiacs. We don't know, but they fit the best they can fit. That's it. That's all we can do to restore the car in the budget of the owner that is restoring it to drive. This is going to be a driver. The deck lid fits on there really nice. The hood had to be an aftermarket hood. But what we're going to do here is I don't want to make a 6-hour video of me whining and crying, bitching and complaining, hollering, screaming. I am going to go ahead and paint this car. This is why this is part one. And then I want everybody to think about how much money should you spend on a car like this to restore it? And how far does it have to go to really say it's a beautiful car? I don't know how these quarter panels are going to turn out. I'm hoping that the bodywork is going to be really, really clean and nice. These were very, very rough quarter panels, especially this one. A lot of bodywork going on. And I hope after we paint it that they look nice and straight. These are 7.5 inches long. I want everybody to know that. But I can't guarantee that. The only other thing that I can do to this car to ensure that it will be straighter than it is after we paint it, because when it's in primer, you really, really don't know. You really don't know until you get that high gloss paint on it, and then you can find or see what you didn't do. The only other thing that can be done to this, which I refuse to do, is spray on Bondo. I refuse to use it. It's a joke, and it ain't going to happen in my shop. We've changed our filters out in the paint booth, intake and exhaust, and I'm going to go ahead and paint this car. And I got all the paint. I got all the clear. Here's our paint right here, Dodge Viper Red. We're going to paint this baby 2015 Dodge Viper Red. All the jams already been painted. We got our clear. We got our epoxy primer for sealer. And we're ready to get her done and do it right. Because you can only do so much to anything, and it will still not be flawless, 100% perfect. I'm sorry, perfect. Because that's the world we live in. I'm going to go ahead and paint that car. I don't know what time it is. Everybody keep a sharp, close look at the clock, and then when I get that thing painted and when it's done tonight, we're going to come back and finish this video out. And we're going to see what kind of work, or should I say what kind of job this thing turns out to be after a year of doing body work on it. So, well, not a whole year of doing body work. I take that back. I've been working on it off and on for a year. That doesn't mean I've been doing body work for a year. So we're loaded up. I'm waiting for Minnie to get back with the tires. We're going to be heading to Moab, Utah. But before we go, we're going to go ahead and paint our 1967 Geo for our buddy Moreland. And when we come back later tonight, we're going to see what it looks like and what the question is how far do you really have to go to do a car or anything in life and have her done the way you want it. We'll see you later. I will be back. Take it easy, guys. Take it easy. And thanks for joining in. Talk to you later.